$400 worth of crawlers beat a $400 fort every time. I'm not sure that they win, but they do leave that fortress stuck there forever. That fortress has Arclight buddies? Well, yeah, but that's support, right? What is this game? We got rhinos. I like seeing some aggressive rhinos. Some aggressive rhinos at high MMR too. I remember a couple days ago I was shit-talking Replicate. We keep seeing it. I still can't really tell how often it's doing something, but... Let's see. Well, whenever the crawlers get into the fangs, I'm sure it's pretty good. It was really good on the flank. If you're running other Stormcrawlers, just 2 or 3 chill boys. If you're running over Stormcrawlers, though, wouldn't you rather just have Mechanical Rage to get in quicker? That's my issue with Replicate. Like, it's really flashy and cool. I just don't know when I'd want it. I feel like most of the situations I'd rather have something else. Or like something else does a similar job. Like even here when I 8 packs of Fangs, I'm not sure Replicate was better than Mech Rage would have been. Always take it, Mick. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, it's good if you break through on one side, snowball to flank the rest. Yeah, maybe. Replicate when they want to crawl in my flanks. Yeah, that was a situation where I saw an opponent do it earlier. I had fangs behind my tower, and they replicated crawler to get through the fangs. But like any tech does that. Oh my god. I love this. Are we wasping to try to deal with a crawler flank? I guess wasp Arclight. Why the wasps? You just want late wasps for this fight? Hmm. Heavy armor wasps? Oh. This is a very relevant looking heavy armor. I mean, that's a lot of crawlers. I wonder how many of these are replicated. There should be an indicator, some kind of counter, how many times your crawler is replicated. Think of the dopamine. I feel like that's one thing this game is missing compared to some other games in similar games. Like Legion has the tracker for seeing how much damage your units do, how much damage they absorb, as like a leaderboard. Like you can click on all your units individually to see how much damage they dealt last round, but you can't like see how much they tanked. You can't see how many crawlers you replicated. Yeah, we need stat dopamine. That's what these games are all about. I want to see numbers go up. But one replicated crawler should be a special color. That would be a cool way to do it. At least you could see in combat easier. Your Mustang shot this many times. Yeah, we need all of these numbers. I don't know what the best way to display them is, but I need dopamine. Big numbers make me happy. Think of how much less tilted I'd be over my losing streak tonight. If I could just see all of the numbers. Like, I may have lost, but my Vulcan dealt so much damage. Or look at all these crawlers that popped out of the parasitic. I made 200 crawlers that fight. These replicate crawlers are kind of killing it. Each feeling connective balls exploded. They put out 404 crawlers. 404, ball not found. We have numbers below. Yeah, like you can see exactly a number for... I guess you can see how many units you killed, but who cares about that? But you have to like click on units individually to see it. There's no like stat board. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Here he goes hacking again. Red needs Vulcans. I don't know. I like the attempt at hackers here, but I feel like level 1 hackers are going to be too slow. This one immediately locks on. That's something. It's just hackers are really bad into crawlers, even though they're good into rhinos. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Ah, it worked! It worked! The rhino has been yoinked. Oh no. Okay, that time the hacker went down. Did only one rhino get yoinked? Oh yeah, we're locking on the crawlers. Wait. Rhino's a hell of a unit. I wanted to see one more fight. That was a cool one. Replicate crawler rhino push. Been seeing a lot of power armor too. Maybe power armor is the tech rhino needs. You just used it as a chaff unit. Started that at level 1 too. A lot of the other times I see rhino, people are making sure to get him at level 2. Why did he just put steel balls in front of it? Crawlers? The steel balls and the rhino might have killed the... Or the rhino and the crawlers might have killed the steel ball fast enough. Like, even if the rhino dies... I don't know, it's something you could try. Steel balls die to Rhino, go spin. Yeah, but spin costs 600. Like, you kind of want something in front of the balls. And you only have so many deploy slots a turn. You don't want to spend your whole turn just answering a Rhino. There's all this other stuff you still got to worry about, too. There's also, what, 4 fronts you got to worry about? There's Rhinos here, there's Rhinos here, there's Rhinos here, there's Rhinos here. If you spend a turn making balls, then, like, you're still losing over here, you're still losing this tower. You need crawler frontline? Maybe. If you crawler frontline into mech grade replicate crawlers, though, does that get you anywhere? Oh, yeah, there's also Phoenix here that eats the balls. True. Ooh, what's going on in Ensako land? What's he up to? Oh, beginning of the game. Perfect timing. What do we got here? We got Mustang Marksman as the start. Crawlers got added, and then Fang Sledge. More Fangs added. Looks like things are going pretty well for the Sledger. Yeah, the Marksmen just wasted all their time on Fangs. Enforcing Rhino respawning Phoenix against all of these Stormcrawler people. Interesting. I haven't been seeing many people going Rhinos. Usually the most I see Rhino is someone takes a Rhino specialist and then they have a Rhino in their comp. And even then, I feel like most Rhino specialists ends up selling the Rhino pretty quick. Pleasure to entertain. Oh, hey, conclusion. I missed your message. Was a cool game. Rhino and Fortresses are the highest HP units. I don't know what the best HP for gold value is. I think Rhino and Steel Ball are close. I think Rhino's more. Melting 2 is high HP. I don't know what the number is on Melting. I think Fortress is like 45k. Rhino's 19. Steel Balls are 4.5 each. And with the way damage gets split and how overkill works, it's probably higher effective HP on the Steel Balls than Rhino. Not many things are going to splash on the multiple Steel Balls other than Stormcrawlers. Fast HP a lot more than slow ones, so Balls and Rhino. Yeah, I like Steel Ball a lot. My problem with Rhino is just how good single target damage is against them. Like, Phoenixes into Rhino feel really good on the Phoenix side. If you've got Chaff, Steel Balls into Rhinos feels pretty good. But I've got to try more Rhinos. I did really like them right after they buffed Whirlwind again. I just haven't... I had like a couple bad games and then I stopped building them. The aesthetics of this board. Is there a reason to have specifically these sledges vertical? From a gameplay perspective? Or is this just to make the board really pretty? Vertical sledge kills crawlers better. Oh, that might be true. Like, in general, you want your sledges vertical against everything other than stormcrawlers, right? Just funny how exactly the middle ones are vertical. Rhinos are always awesome or awful. There's no in between. It's the kind of unit that feels like that sometimes. We lost a Rhino Fang earlier today. Why doesn't he buy Stormcrawlers? It's all slow units. So they wanted to buy other things. Instead of Stormcrawlers, they've got Mustangs. Their flanks are more protected than they would if they were to buy Stormcrawlers. Free covers for air, too. Mustangs with range hide behind Fortress. I hope. The speed might not line up here. Yeah. I think the fortress is further back than you want it. I think you're trying to keep the Mustangs alive, right? Works out, though. Yeah, the fortress does a good job of soaking at least some of the Stormcrawler shots to keep the Mustangs alive. If he gets barrier, it probably soaks all of them. Or at least all the early ones. Submit module. There's that going. Just holding it for now. It's another good way to get value on it this turn. Both players with enhancement module. Both players with no way to get value on it immediately. Or just might level. Now, because of the way this is positioned, this doesn't get on the fortress, right? Now for a couple reasons. Looks sketchier than it is. I think this is fine. Double melting. Ooh. Right up and down here. We just... There was a crawler... It was a crawler. Crawler. I don't know if these are new. The sledges melt the crawlers. The sledges melt the crawlers, but then the Mustangs kind of run ahead. And then this other pack of crawlers comes in. And then it's just do... The melting point takes aggro. The extra range this turn? I mean... Could he have afforded it? The range is pricey. The range probably means he's buying Melting Point plus like a chaff unit instead of double Melting Point. What? It's not 100? Oh, you want the tower range. Maybe we could have tower ranged. It's a lot easier than the Melting Point tech, but it looks like it worked out. Didn't need it. Didn't need it. Oh my god. Did they just know the future? What was this? They both blind spec on enhancement module, and then immediately intensive training pops up. Unbelievable. We're selling the fortress. I love it. I love it. The combo do? It just, so intensive training increases the XP of your unit to the level up value, and then enhancement module just lets you level up for free. So it removes the cost of leveling up your units. Normally the downside of this is it really taxes your money. You get a bunch of XP, but you still gotta spend however much to level up your unit. Does have high HE on the Stormcrawlers. Wonder if we're gonna see that next turn to take out the Giants. His Melting Point does not look very good. I'll say that. It looks very out of position. And by out of position, I mean on the wrong board. But at the same time, these Mustangs look kind of bad into the sledges, so maybe it's kind of even? That was such a cheeky sell. I love it. East module. Where's this going? I actually caught the fly. That never happens. Level 3 and level 4 Stangs. So it takes 3 shots? 3 shots for the sledges to kill Stangs. Four shots for this one. Now we've got fire callers. Fire callers are pretty good into Stangs. Yeah, he's got a bunch of pretty natural answers for Stangs. Fire callers and sledges. It's really just the melting point that looks kind of silly. I love this Vulcan in the middle. I love this Vulcan in the middle. Nice melting points. Still no high explosive on Stormcallers. God, fire is so hot. Who'd have thought? Multi-beam on the melting point to try to give it some utility. Surely that was just Ion Beam, right? Like, I think even with the melting point not looking great, with multi-beam it's fine against this board. Like, I would think Insaku's winning pretty hard in terms of how the comps match up. Where'd the Vulcan go? Where's the Vulcan? Oh no, wasps. So that is 3 melting points that have been baited. For 1 fortress and 1 Vulcan. I think you got some extra money selling the fortress too with the enhancement module. Okay, now these wasps I think are very, very good. It is just the multi-beam melting point that can hit them. And we take EM? Took EM on the callers too. Does the XP spell not show up for Spectator when used? I don't know. Yeah, the melting point gets melted by the real melting point. Not even HE. Just EM's all you need. I guess EM just invalidates the Stormcaller if you ever target it anyway, so what do you even need HE for? Yeah, it might not show up until the following turn. Another turn! Yes! Yes! Yes. Yeah, I think only 1 player used it. Blue's still got it for this turn. 4 and level 5 callers. God. This board is so leveled. He needs an answer to the Stangs. Or to the Wasps. It seems the answer is going to be Missile Interceptor Stang, which I like a lot. Like, he doesn't need to kill the Wasps super fast. He just has to have something that deals with them, and then this also negates a lot of damage from these leveled Stormcallers. Is it enough to turn it around again? I want to see another turn. Am I still not using intensive training? Anti-missiling the Stangs down here too is interesting. I guess it makes a lot of sense. Just try to keep the Mustangs alive. There's not that many callers. There's 3 callers. It's just like if any of the fire lands, then everything dies. But if he can stop all the fire from landing. Looks like he can. Wait, can he? Yeah, I think he needed those Stangs for damage, especially after the Stang answer here. This lined up really well. Like, not only did bottom take away a bunch of their own damage with the anti-missile Stangs. Oh, it's so close. It's so close! But then also their other main damage got negated by the anti-missile Stangs of the opponent. So they just have no damage. Where top still has these sledges that do a pretty good job of taking out everything that bottom's got. Anti-missile and leveled Stang seems so bad. Yeah. Well, I think the problem was the Stangs were dying so fast, they were maybe more valuable as a chaff unit. And then you use your Stormcallers to do the main damage, which makes sense, because you're not seeing the anti-missile Stangs for topside yet. But once the anti-missile Stangs come down for top, that doesn't work anymore. Okay, we got a beam. Okay, okay. More damage on our Missile Interceptor Stangs. I mean, you gotta do something. If the Ion Beam is killing enough of the callers, which it probably is, this might be really good. This side's rough, but... We'll see. Some bubbles for the callers. Make sure they live. Lots of wasps. I like these wasps a lot more if they had ground spec on them. see. Okay, most of the callers went down. The stangs are doing damage. The callers distract the stangs enough. But loses on this side real bad. That's gonna be the game. Good lord. Just one turn there where both players get anti-missile Mustangs. Completely turns it around. Brutal. Yeah, it's just like investing into leveled stangs that you give anti-missile to versus picking up some stangs on time to give anti-missile to. Sledges going uncontested was real bad for blue. They just ignored the wasps. Yeah. I mean, I think the wasps were a lot of what was doing damage to the sledges, too. There's just no reliable damage. Team-missile protected the sledges from storms, nothing else could hurt them. Yeah. Sledge top damage. Probably. 100k. 64k. Oh yeah, not even. No, that's... Yeah, not even close. Unless this side? Oh wait, that's 48. No, I'm looking at the wrong number again. Yeah. 100k round damage on this level 4 sledgehammer. That's absurd. Sledges are kind of good against stangs. Yeah. Like, in general, I think Ensako had a good comp other than the melting points. Baiting out those melting points was so sick. It just wasn't quite enough to make up for how good the sledges were and the rest of what was going on. Melting points did their job perfectly. They did deal some player damage. I'm not gonna say a lot of player damage, because they usually died, but they did deal some player damage. Crawler summoning versus callers is kind of funny. Yeah. Yeah. Tanked a lot of shots and stopped wasps, I guess. But I think the wasps were more to stop the melting point. Fire! Wait, what? Wait, I didn't know shields worked this way. I've never seen this interaction before. The storm callers can shoot over the shield. Well, I guess maybe they can't normally, but I thought your unit had to be under the shield to get any protection. That's funny. Yeah, it was their own shield, which is why that happened that way, but I've still never seen a marksman not be able to shoot a unit on the other side of a shield. At least not in a late fight scenario. So we've got mass-produced wasps for red. No range spec in this matchup's weird. Yeah. Okay, one side has intensive training too. Interesting. I wonder what these early game cards were. Run, Vulcan! Run! You stopped running. No, don't start running now! Stupid Vulcan. I took intensive, the other took ion. Oh, was that all this one turn? Okay, yeah, I just completely missed the cards. Deployment spec taken almost instantly. Blue thinking about it a little bit more. Senior attack's another pretty big one. Blue is the one with giant units unlocked, right? Yeah. Deployment spec a little bit less important when your units cost 400 apiece. You've already got chaff down. I've already got intensive training too, another gold sink. We have best partner as first tech on the Vulcans. That's cool with intensive training. I don't see that very much. The sledges are all low enough level that you don't need Scorching Flames. Huh. Kind of cool. He does have it available. Oh, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. Okay, Vulcan goes down last second, so saves 400 life. Is it enough, though? Barely! Barely enough. Loading symbol staying alive. Here we've got the instant range spec for both sides. Okay. Now we're respecting it more. Easier to take on this turn, too. Like, it costs so much money. A lot easier to spend that money when you've got more of it. Almost full tower spells for red here. For blue here. Yes, blue. This tower just looks red. Is an enhancement module Vulcan with intensive training? Range spec too good. It's very good. It was passed on earlier by both players. That's why I was commenting on it so much there. Yeah, one side took Ion Beam, the other side took intensive training. Don't think the Overlord's gonna work. Yeah, it does seem like a bit of a desperation play. The ground's already dying pretty quick. And you've got Overlord into Marksman Wasp, all of which are pretty good at dealing damage to Overlords. Yeah. Doesn't mean some intensive training can really swing the game. It can. I feel like usually both players just take it and you're playing an intensive training game rather than it being super swingy, but it looked pretty gross there. Oh, see you, Mike. Have a good one. Let's hop into another one. What's going on here? Right at the start. Love to see it. Got Elite Spec Steel Ball Fang, possibly? I don't know how to feel about these aerial spec starts that start with one of the flying units. On one hand, you have the bonus range on your starting unit, which is good, but you lose a free unlock? I don't know how much that matters. Maybe it's just silly, but I tend to value these a little bit lower than a normal aerial spec start. What we got for bottom? Ooh, Marksman Steel Ball Crawler is pretty cool. It's not hard to just add arc lights to have chaff clear. Going for the cost control instead, though. Cost control Crawler Sledge. It's also a pretty nice start. Red really tanking this one. Using all his time. Going for the speed start. I've been saying this for a couple days. I still have not figured out how to make speed work. So I'm going to be paying attention to that this game a lot. Got Fast Fangs, Fast Phoenixes. And the top is maybe missing a little bit of anti-air. You still need a turn to unlock aerial units, and it's usually Wasp or Overs. Yeah. That's why, like, it saves you 50, but the big thing is getting Overlord unlocked for free anyway. Marksman getting added to make sure the ups can be shot. Just complements the sledges very well anyway. Sort of a natural addition to the squad. Aerial starting Phoenix means the opponent is 100% going to respect air immediately, so you missed the chance at a surprise round. Yeah, that's true. Not sure how much that matters, but that is true. It's shitting really far back. Don't they get added to the board either? Did they bank the gold? He did bank the gold. Wait. Oh boy. Snap extended range Phoenixes. So this is 30 more range than a Phoenix normally has. 140. 20 plus the... Oh, no. This is speed spec. Speed spec. We've got Speedy Vulcan. And then some Fangs to protect it. So Fangs to protect it ends to funnel in all the sledges. Which keeps the Phoenixes alive, too? Maybe? Probably? Oh my god, this positioning is so good. This positioning is so good. What a turnaround. I think this is the same player as last game, yeah? So by saving the money, we got a turn 2 Vulcan to complement the Phoenixes. We've got the board positioned the way we want it. We know our Phoenixes live through the marksman. We know we know how the opponent's marksmen are positioned, so we can position our chaff accordingly. And we just get another Vulcan. This is so cheeky, I love it. Very speedy Vulcan. And then Caller's coming down for red. Interesting. So everything gets pulled mid from these fangs though, right? Except... Except not really? How is this gonna play out? I'm a little... Maybe this is fine. I believe in blue's positioning. They have speed too, so... It's not as far back as it looks. Oh, such a good reposition. Oh no. And it does protect the tower. The Phoenixes live. The Vulcans got instant targets on the Mustangs. That was gross. Now there is barrier available. I'll just move it around a little bit just because. Why not? Got the deployment module, might as well make use of it. Some more Phoenixes. Mustangs just get sold. Wait, there were Mustangs here, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. It's just the one side. I thought they were. Yeah, these crawlers got sold. Yeah. Makes more sense to sell on the side that has the Vulcan that doesn't move. Fire! It just tanks perfectly. It lives exactly as long as you need it to. At least on top. On bottom, maybe could have lived a little bit longer. So the thing is, get the shield. Oh, it's so close. It does. No, it just lived exactly as long as it needed to on both sides. Just long enough for one Phoenix to live into the tower pop to get the shield. Crazy. Red forced to take Lightning Storm, otherwise they might die to the opponent taking Lightning Storm. Blue's ahead enough that they can skip it and just push their advantage further. So gross. The best Lightning Storms are the ones you don't need to take. You've got a comp building. Phoenix Vulcan is totally fine to take into the endgame. Opponent's having a little bit rougher of a time getting a comp together. Just like Stormcaller Marksman with some chaff. They have a Sledge, a Marksman. Whole bunch of Stormcallers. Just trying to kill the Vulcan fast enough that you can take out the Phoenixes with the couple of Marksmen that you got. Well, or in this case with the Lightning Storm. But that is 400 gold down the drain with a player that was already behind. Did these unshielded Phoenixes just live a Lightning Storm? What? They're level 2. They weren't shielded. You can't shield them, they're air. What? I've never seen that before. Deals 2,000. You need 2 of the lightning bolts to hit. That's upsetting. That's why you speed specialists to dodge lightning. Oh no. They didn't get out of the storm, did they? You're just as likely to dodge into a lightning bolt as you are to dodge out of one? These Phoenixes have 27 movement speed. They do. I mean, if there's any time for Melting Point to be good, it's probably now. Unfortunately, it is still a Melting Point, and it still gets melted by the real Melting Point. Skip turn 1 into Vulcan Phoenix. That was... We're doing that tomorrow. We are definitely doing that tomorrow. I don't know how important Speed Specialist was towards that working. But I'm stealing this. I also wonder how much the opponent being cost control made that better. Vulcan's very good into cost control in general because of the health down and everything. They tend to buy a bunch of units, like more than normal, because they have extra money. This one... I think there's a higher rated one, a little bit lower. Whoops. Oh, but this one's just starting. Speed spec. Arclight Steel Ball. It's kind of a cool start. Got Elite Crawler Phoenix, Quick Supply, Arclights. Oh, Rhino Marksman Sledge. The old 3,300 HP start. I think I had this earlier and took it. We then took a bunch of tempo took a bunch of reverse tempo cards and bled too much HP. There's a lot of enhancement modules without great targets. A parasitic that wasn't good until the turn after. Okay, we are seeing the speed spec Crawler Sledge. Seeing speed spec respected a lot at the high ranks. And the heavy armor starts for red. Heavy armor Mustang Crawler. So you've already got chaff. You just like, you've got sledges already. Just making marksman, yeah. Make the more complementary unit rather than the one that's better into the board. Or no. No. I'm looking at this backwards. I'm not looking at this backwards. We unlock marksman and then make another sledge. Okay, I can buy that. I can buy that. No need to unlock Arclight when you've got a sledge available. I probably overvalue making 2 units. The 1 sledge is probably better than 2 packs of Arclights. Mass speed sledges with mech rage is such a good meme. Speed isn't as good as range, but it does make up for lower range. Yeah, it just also doesn't really capitalize on having higher range. That's the main difference, right? No tortoise. Shoot that pea shooter, Mustang. Keep shooting that pea shooter. How much speed do you need on your steel balls for them to kill a Vulcan? None. It just depends on the rest of the board, right? Can you get them to lock onto the Vulcan? That's the bigger thing. Doesn't usually come down to move speed. Ooh. I guess that's kind of important to get extra attack on the marksman into the level 2 now sledges. Sledges leveling on turn 1 is so gross! I guess that's a really good reason too. Levels on sledges matter so much more than levels on Arclight. That getting the extra sledge is just that much better than getting 2 Arclights. Just because the XP goes on more valuable units. Yeah, this is part of why I don't like Mustang starts. Both sledges and Arclights just kind of tear them apart. At least in the early game. Because you still want to add that extra chaff unit. And then when you add that extra chaff unit, now you have multiple units that are bad into sledges or arcs, one of them being a high investment unit. You're starting 200 coster. Sledges are stronger, lace tangs are bad. I mean, I do find myself saying that a lot. I don't know. Stangs have the nice benefit of covering the flank early. It's not irrelevant. And these losses are small, right? Now we've got hackers coming down, trying to capitalize. This... Crawlers being the chaff unit is worse for the hacker than if Fang were. But... Ugh. Yeah. If being crawlers means the hackers don't come down to win the fight this turn. And now the game is about, can we make the hackers good before we get run over? These crawlers being slightly too far back, so the marksman hacker shots go on sledges is pretty bad. Yeah, it comes down to turn one positioning, right? Like, if the opponent's positioned far back, you need the difference between the crawlers and the sledges to be more. But if they position far forward and you position your sledges and crawlers too far apart, then you get punished. I guess these are even pretty far back. Yeah. Mustangs. The answer of choice? Yeah. Another pack of Mustangs and a pack of Fangs. Kind of surprised to see Fangs come down here. Kind of would have expected just more crawlers. Just losing on the sides, so bad. Gross. Gross. He's like committing hard to level 1 unupgraded hackers. Okay, here we go. Vulcans. Vulcan time. Incendiary bomb to take care of all the chaff. And now are the hackers gonna be good enough? Sledges are level 3. Oh my god. Right next to the hackers, I think I like that, because you really just want it so that the Vulcans clear space for the hacker. I guess you also want to make sure that they get to lock onto the Mustangs, and the Mustangs are positioned far on the sides, which makes you want to put the Vulcan further on the side. Hackers are the worst, except when I play them? I don't know. I lose to hackers a lot, too. They're terrible except when they're game winning. It does feel that way. Once hackers, like, appropriately snowball, they look unstoppable. What is the opposite of appropriately snowballing? Where'd they go? Where are the... What the... But... There were... But... But... There were... There were hackers. Where'd they go? Hmm. Yeah, that's not how you snowball hackers out of control. Usually the idea is they're not the first unit on your board to die. God, this is plus 150? I'm gonna start using this tech. I don't know what I'm gonna cut. Oh, I can just cut the fucking healing armor. Yeah, this makes them so much nicer into giants. Feels like they actually do something. Okay. We have not really protected the hackers. We protected one of the hackers. And it's dead. Okay, that was... I've seen some disappointing hackers in my day. Those are probably the most disappointing hackers. That was just sad. They just got murdered. One of them's halfway to leveling. Yeah. Just like level 1 untech hackers getting sniped every fight. Oh no. Extended range sledge, ranged specialist, range enhancement. 192 range on sledges. Gross. The sledges are not supposed to outrange